G'day YouTubers. I had foils on my Hydrofield and to be honest I didn't notice any real difference. The Hydrofield was a big heavy boat and it had two big engines on it. She popped up out of the water really quickly and being a heavy boat it rode really well. So no difference on the foils there, but I've been reading a lot about people who have put foils on their Baysports and they say it improves the ride a lot. So I thought I'd put some on and just give it a go and see if I could find any measure where I could say that there was an actual difference. So first of all we'll go through the video of me putting them on and then we'll have a look at it on the water. Okay, I got this foil to put on the Baysport. I used to have them on the Hydrofield and to be quite honest the Hydrofield was a big heavy boat. I didn't notice that they made all that much difference. Not to the ride of it, they might have got it out of the water a little bit quicker, but they didn't improve the handling because it already handled great. The idea of these on the Baysport, from what I've been hearing on the forums, is that they keep the nose down a bit more and it handles the rough weather better. So my wife doesn't like being out in the rough, she loves it in the calm, so I thought just in case it gets rough while we're out there, I'll get some of these and see if it improves the ride for her and she can enjoy it more. So anyway, this is what you get. Get the package of fittings to fit it on. You get some washers, and this one, I bought this one in particular because it fits on without any drilling, and I'll show you how that happens a little bit later. So that's it, the SE Sport 400, drill free. Book of instructions comes with it. I probably will have a bit of a read of them just to make sure. And what have we got here? Just some normal sort of blurb on it. And the beast itself, I imagine that top must come off somehow to put your bolts on, then fits over to hide the bolt heads. I'll sort all that out after when I fit it. I just wanted to show you what's in the package now, and we'll do the fitting of it in a few minutes. We're down here ready to put this on. I've given this a good clean off with Method, a clean rag. Now, I was right about this top. It slides forward and off. The slide forward design and the clips underneath it are going to help stop it from coming off while you're going along, as well as the screw there to hold it in place. So between them I think it's going to be secure going along. The unit itself will sit up there about like that, and I'm going to use the drillless method of putting it on. Now, I did something I don't normally do, and I read the instructions before I put this on, because I'll put these on before drilling them. I haven't done the drillless assembly. Put the double-sided tapes on where it's said to. I've got the D-washers positioned where I need them. We put these two rubber up underneath, bolt through from the top there, and then once we get these two rubber washers on, that one goes on first, that one goes on second up from underneath, then that washer, the big washer goes in and the small washer goes on, and then the lock nut goes on, and that completes the assembly underneath. Do that 4 times and we're done. Unfortunately I don't have anywhere, well hang on, I might have somewhere I can put the camera where it can video what I'm doing, so I'll see if I can. There's 2 long bolts for the back, 2 short bolts for the front. Make sure you get them in the right spots. Then we need to take the tape off. Another one of these jobs you need fingernails for. This is the bit where you want to get it on fairly straight. Alright, well, that seems to be okay. Now a little bit crooked actually. I wonder if I can move him just a bit. Oh yeah. Yes, that's got him. Just pushing down onto that adhesive so he won't move now. And now, coming up from underneath. Oh dear. Rub it on
first, then that, then that. Oops-a-daisy. I'm either going to have to rethink this or grow another hand. Oh no, might be right. Before I tighten him up anymore, I'll just get the rest on. Okay, well that's on solid. Moves the motor without moving the plate. Now the last thing to do to finish this off, and I did not bring a Phillips head screwdriver to put the bolt in here. The last thing to do to finish it off is to put this on. I hope I can. Oh yeah, there we go, easy peasy. Got to go get a Phillips head screwdriver, which is the only tool I didn't bring, and screw that down in there. Alright, I'll stop recording and go and get that. And this is just finishing it off now. Screwing this in to lock the cover plate in position. There we go, all good. That didn't take too long. Yeah, it's alright, won't worry us. Okay, it just says be careful of any performance or handling changes that this causes. Check the bolt tightness regularly, which is just standard procedure. And yeah, other bits of blurb that don't really apply to me. So, we're all good. Done and dusted. This is a measure that we can take on the effectiveness of putting a foil on the engine. I'm doing 3800 rev, 37 a second ago, and I got 20 knots up on the speed, whereas before without the foil it was a case of 4000 RPM to get 20 knots. So yes, it is improving the speed, and I guess you can infer from that that it's also improving the fuel efficiency. That's a better way to read the actual RPM.
This explains why the small gauge was jumping between 3700 RPM and 3800 RPM. The small gauge rounds it off. Below 50 rounds down, 50 and above rounds up. So what we were seeing there in the jump was the gauge is hanging around 3750 RPM, just a little bit either side of it, and that made it show on the small gauge either 37 or 38. But that's kind of irrelevant, because I do know that when we're sitting very close to 4000 RPM on this big display, we are doing 20 knots. So the measurement's still valid, the RPMs was just a little bit out. And that's it. I did get an actual quantifiable measurement of the improvement on the Baysport speed, or conversely the improvement on its fuel efficiency. What was more difficult to quantify was the difference that it made in the ride. Now I can tell you that I'm certain that it did make a difference in the ride. It was a much better ride when you're going into AC. It was a pretty calm day all round, but I did cross the bar, and it did certainly make a difference on the bar crossing. But I will admit that that's subjective. I couldn't actually get a measurement on that. I can just tell you that it was better. Definitely an improvement, but a measurable and quantifiable improvement in performance on speed or fuel efficiency. So anyway, if you're thinking about getting one for your boat, doesn't have to be a Baysport. Any boat other than a really big heavy boat, I would suggest getting one and giving it a go. I think there's a fair chance it's going to improve your ride. And that's it for this video. Thank you for taking the time to watch it. I hope you get something out of it. Until next time, Good fishing.